digital notes. Take the digital notes. Today we are going to read about a book summary called You Can Fix Your Brain. This is a book written by Dr. Tom O'Brien. And the tagline of this book, You Can Fix Your Brain, is just 1 hour a week to the best memory, productivity, and the sleep you have ever had. This is the tagline of the book. Just 1 hour a week to the best memory, productivity, and the sleep you have ever had. Let us see what this book is all about. This book is a step-by-step guide to improve your cognitive function and overall brain health. So generally we have physical health, our body health. In the same way, we have our brain health. So this book will help you in giving step-by-step process of improving the brain health through dietary choices, like what you eat in the morning, afternoon, evening, or through dietary choices, environmental adjustments, and other health practices. You can reduce the brain fog and enhance your memory and increase your mental clarity. A lot of people says that they are not able to remember what they learn. They are not able to recollect the lessons while they are sitting on the exams. So this is the challenges happened because of the brain fog. So to avoid that brain fog or to reduce the brain fog or to improve the memory power, here are the 4 powerful formulas or 4 techniques that we are going to learn from the book. You can fix your brain. Without any delay, let us get started. So what is the benefit after reading this book? So this is the question you need to ask yourself before going further. Cut the fog and boost your brain. This is the outcome. Cut the fog and boost your brain. Does this happen to you? You are starting at your computer screen, trying to finish a project work, like we have started our code project. So you have trying to finish for work, but it feels like your thoughts are moving through a thick fog. But it feels like your thoughts are moving like a thick fog. Okay. Or how about this? You are on the phone, about to write down at all the details, important details on the mobile phone or on your laptop. Like I have said, right? So take the digital notes on the laptop. So you search for pen and paper. Where had they go again? But by the time you find them, you have forgotten what you are supposed to write down. So if you have ever experienced brain fog or memory lapses, you are in a good company. Millions of people, old or young, suffer from the cognitive symptoms and impairments that affect their quality of life and productivity. The good news here is you can absolutely improve the situation. Wherever the situation you are in, whatever your memory power is there, you can always improve to the next level. So we will examine underlying causes of the brain dysfunction and often related into inflammation and how to find out if they are affecting you. And we also learn 4 strategies for addressing these with the lifestyle modifications and dietary changes. You can improve your cognitive function and achieve a better memory and more clarity and high energy. So I'm repeating again, what you will achieve: a better memory, higher clarity, and higher energy. So let's get started with each and every strategy. So first strategy that you need to focus on is immunity, inflammation, and the brain. Have you ever heard about dementia? In particularly, I have faced this challenge, dementia, for a long period of time. Still, I'm facing that challenge, dementia, which means you will get sleep when you are in doing some work, or when you have the sleepless nights, or when you have improper sleep schedule, that we call as dementia. So what do dementia, depression, anxiety, and memory loss have in common? They are all caused by the runaway process of inflammation and autoimmunity. Not only that, they can all be treated by finding and eliminating the underlying triggers. Now let us look at how this process works. The function of the immune system, whatever the human immune system, is to protect your body from foreign substances. Like many people says that boost your immunity, right? So what is immunity? Immunity is the thing to protect your body from the harmful intruders impinging on your body. So a well-functioning immunity can be distinguished between your body's own cells and external threats, ensuring that only genuine dangers are targeted. But what happens when this immune system malfunctions? So what will happen if the immune system is not working properly? So that is called autoimmunity, which is a condition in which the immune system mistakes your health cells as invaders and launches an attack against them. Like you say that there is a brain attack, there was a heart attack, there is a some body part is not working properly. This all things comes under a autoimmunity, which is a malfunctioning of the immunity system. This leads to inflammation within the relevant cells and tissues, can even cause your immune system to destroy these cells if it believes they are damaged. Sometimes you will get paralyzed or numbness. So that is all because of that inflammation. So where does all this begin? It is all starts because of the presence of the foreign substances or environmental toxins or food items that you eat, to which either you have an individual sensitivity or which are simply unhealthy in general. Like we call it as a junk food, whatever the junk food, so that you consume very frequently, right? So we consume the junk food very frequently. That junk food may be good for taste, and if that food contains environmental toxins, it will become inflammation in our body. Unfortunately, the modern world exposes our body to many such slings and arrows. We get temptations. These insults can leave our immune system chronically triggered, constantly overactive. Like if you eat gobi manchuria or if you eat any fast food item, your brain will act as a hyperactive. Brain symptoms like brain fog, memory issues, and even anxiety and depression indicate that inflammation is happening in the brain, impeding its proper function. So how do these substances get into brain in the first place? This is the question. How do these substances, whatever the memory issues, anxiety, get into your brain in the first place? Let's zoom out to rest of your body. So we are going into the medical exploration of the human body. So let us zoom out to the rest of the body. First, your gut, your intestinal system. So we are reading about your intestinal system, which has evolved to do a difficult and sensitive job. What does that intestinal system do? It allows you to absorb all of the nutrients that your body needs to keep running, while blocking out what is harmful or what is not needed. Like, filter, or you might know coffee filter, which takes only needed parts of the nutrients and which releases the unnecessary part. In the same way, your intestinal system is a filter which allows to you to absorb all the healthy nutrients and release all the harmful nutrients. Your intestines have a semi-permeable mucus lining which acts as filter. So as I said that filter, right? Your intestines as a filter. But in some people, this mucus lining becomes damaged and over permeable, known as a leaky gut syndrome. A leaky gut lets through substances that it should not, like bacteria and toxins happens because of this. But your body has another protective mechanism in place to protect the brain, which is called as the blood-brain barrier. Just like the intestinal lining, the filter, your blood-brain barrier is a kind of the another filter, allowing only those substances which are supposed to get across to enter, straining what gets through, like an ultra-fine cheesecloth. Your brain is sensitive and important, so this filter is even finer and more selective than the one in your gut, operating at the molecular level and blocking whatsoever's needed and whatsoever is not needed. So what we have seen, there are two filters. One is intestinal filter, which is internal. Second one is blood-brain barrier, which depends on what you consume. So, but these two filters can be compromised in what is referred to as a breach of the barriers. So, what you consume, if that is compromised, the foreign substance will enter into your body and it will enter into your body tissues. Your body then begins to initiate the immune response we discussed earlier. Brain tissue becomes inflamed and begins to lose function, resulting in slow worsening symptoms as the tissue becomes progressively damaged. For many people, the idea of damage to the brain is an especially scary prospect. One reason is the sense that this damage is truly permanent. Scientists used to believe that we had a fixed number of brain cells, and once they have gone, they were gone forever. So scientists believe that there are few fixed number of brain cells. Out of that fixed brain number of cells, if few of them gone, they are gone forever. While your brain cells certainly are precious and merit your careful protection, newer science has shown that it is possible for brain cells to regenerate. This gives some hope that it is possible to restore brain's functions that has been compromised to heal the brain. This is the place it comes, you are forgetting and retrieving data from your brain. But before we need to address the underlying problems which resulted in damage. We have to eliminate leaky gut, restore the blood-brain barrier, and ultimately eliminate the offending toxins that cause the memory loss issue in the first place. So how do we know if these dangerous autoimmune processes are present? How do we know these dangerous autoimmune processes are present in our body? So we are getting into the deep depth of the health or depth of our body. So we have seen there are two barriers in the section previous strategy, which affects our food and intake. Now let us see how our biological dashboard is the second strategy, which affects your brain performance. Let us take an example. You are driving by car to your home after a long day at your work. And you are looking forward to a relaxed evening. Coming along an uphill stretch from your driving, you notice the temperature warning light on your dashboard turn on. concerned, you bring your car to the mechanic. Means your car mechanics will be there. That signaling will be showing you that you need to take your car to the mechanic shop. When you go to the mechanic shop, what they will say? It's a good thing that you come in. You have got a leaking water pump in your car, which made your engine overheat. If you had continued your driving, you could have ended up with major engine damage. But don't worry, I fixed the pump, you are good to go. This will be the sayings by the mechanic. The warning lights on your car, the board, whatever the board, it will showcase the warning lights on your car serves as a vital role. They give you an early heads up that something is wrong, so you can address the issue before the damage occurs. When it comes to your protecting your brain, the same principle applies. Biomarkers linked to a specific health issues may appear years before actual disease sets in. These can act as early indicators of immune conditions, which is left untreated could damage brain tissue later on. So early signals will be popped into your brain. Okay. Ideally, you can test these biomarkers to find any irregularities even before any symptoms occur. But if they are appearing, if you are having a problems with memory, or if you are having a problem with the concentration, you are not able to focus, you are not able to recollect, you are having the brain fog, it may be that an inflammatory process is already underway, it is already started. You should prioritize getting tested, bringing your car to the mechanic. So your mechanic will look into that, so to speak. What are some important biomarkers you can discuss testing with your doctor? Of particular importance are antibodies that indicate a breach of the blood-brain barrier, as these are implicated in nearly every kind of brain disease. So there are lots of diseases which occur with the help of brain diseases, with the brain malfunctions. Let us see what are those examples. What are the antibodies which affects the brain performance? First antibody is zonulin, which is nothing but zonulin. This is a compound released in the intestine. Write down this zonulin, which is the compound released in the intestine, and the second element is actin, ACTIN, which is a type of muscle protein. Another group of antibodies is LPS, lipopolysaccharides. So these are all antibodies by bacterial byproducts, and the proliferation of these leads to Alzheimer's or Parkinson's and other diseases. So whatever we call zonulin, actin, and lipopolysaccharides, of these antibodies related to your leaky gut, and which leads to you Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and other diseases. So there is another category of antibodies, so which traditionally measured to determine evidence of the brain injury, but are also indicative of brain inflammation. Those are nothing but NSC, neuron specific NOS, NSC. Write down NSC and you can search NSC. And second one is GFAP, gliofibrillary acid protein, and S100B. Just research on these three elements for how they are affecting your brain performance. And another group of antibodies we are going to discuss, which is nothing but TG2, transglutaminase 2. These antibodies are the reason or primary markers for celiac disease. Celiac disease is one of the disease that people face. That happens because of the antibodies of TG2. So people with wheat sensitivity, so those who are not able to consume the wheat or chapatis, whatever we call wheat, consume it, wheat foods. Those who are not able to take the wheat food to have elevated antibodies to TG2, TG3, and TG6. So these are all the antibodies which are preventing you to not consume the food. Other than antibodies, there are some other tests which should be part of your health, which is called indicator dashboard. There are immune reactivity screens which detect if your body is reacting to things like PCBs, phthalates, BPA, and dioxin. And finally, these are the tests. There are tests for exposure to mold and heavy metals. So if you take the only brain part, there are a lot of tests can be taken by the doctors. So what do you do if these antibodies or other markers are elevated? Well, you can start making health interventions to address the changes and bring down this to lower level. Give them some time, like 6 months to 1 year, like following a diet or following the yoga or following the health measures. Then retest the same tests, brain performance, to see if your protocol has been successful in bringing these indicators down. The second strategy here is identify your antibodies and reduce them. Okay. The third strategy in our health journey is a great pyramid. And the third strategy we are going to see is a great pyramid. First strategy is all about inflammation, or we have seen the intestinal barriers or brain blood barriers, how they are affecting with the dementia. Second stage, we have seen the antibodies, which are the root cause for the Alzheimer's and other diseases. In the third strategy, we are going to understand about brain-related illness and a great pyramid. There are 4 primary areas to focus in your brain. Write down these 4. What are the 4 areas in the brain? Generally, we will call brain has 3 parts, right? Medulla, cerebrium, medulla oblongata, cerebrum, cerebellum. There are 3 parts of the brain. In the same way, as per this book, you can fix your brain. There are 4 areas in your brain which needs to be fixed. First area is structure. Write down area number 1 as structure. Second area of your brain is emotional and spiritual. You can write emotional and spiritual. Third area of your brain is biochemistry. Third area of your brain is biochemistry. And the fourth area of your brain is electromagnetic. So let me repeat all the 4: structure, emotional and spiritual, biochemistry, and electromagnetic. So let us see these steps in further. The base of your pyramid of your brain is your structure. That is your physical muscular skeletal system, the framework that holds your brain up and off the ground, as it were. Believe it or not, you might believe it or not, mechanical problems such as postural misalignments or muscular imbalances can result in brain problems down to the road. An example of this is osteoarthritis. Many people say that they are facing with arthritis, where physical misalignment and poor joint functions create wear and tear onto the joint, resulting in restricted blood flow, local inflammation, and ultimately immune response. Here, the author O'Brien recommends chiropractic, CHIROPRACTIC, chiropractic as a preventive solution. So author is giving us a preventive solution. to create alignment in the spinal system. Our spinal system has there, right? So to align in the spinal system, the author O'Brien recommends about chiropractic. Additionally, he recommends people to take a close look at their posture while they are sleeping. Look at a posture while they are working. Look at the posture while they are driving. And as improvements in these everyday time intense activities can pay dividends. Now I am changing my sitting posture to sit straight. So take a close look at the posture where you are sitting and how you are sitting, how you are sleeping, how you are driving, what is the position you are sitting. You won't be surprised to hear that exercise is crucial for brain health. Means you might already know that exercise helps the brain health. Aerobic exercise that is intense enough to make you sweat helps you excrete and eliminate toxins stored in your body fat. Try slowly ramping up to a target of 30 minutes per day. You might start initially with 5 minutes per day, or you might start with 10 minutes per day and just improve timeline up to 30 minutes per day doing aerobic exercise and 6 days per week, leaving one day as a recovery day or relaxation day. And don't forget the other main brain benefits of exercise. What are the benefits of exercise? What is the benefit of exercise is lower inflammation, enhance neuroplasticity, and stimulate cellular growth and repair your body. Exercise is simply a no-brainer, pun intended. So that's structure. So all about the structure of the pyramid. So in the pyramid, we have seen the structure. What are the fixing for the structure? You need to do exercise. You need to check your body postures in your working. The next side of the pyramid is second side, which is emotional and spiritual. What we call it as a mindset. This is your brain after all. And could anyone doubt that mind and the brain are connected? As you are asked the question, what is mind and what is brain? Before starting our journey, here is the answer. One area where your mindset is crucial is getting a handle on stress. In this day and age, means in the current trend, many people have their sympathetic nervous system chronically activated. When this system is constantly switched on, your heartbeat will be faster. Breathing becomes shallow, means you will need to take speed breathing, and your digestion is impaired. Many people are experiencing the constipation. This leaves you exhausted and susceptible to outside threats. So all these things are because of handling the stress. So handling stress is the root cause of that. So brain and mind are interconnected. But adjusting your mindset goes beyond simply reducing stress. According to a 2012 research, mindfulness can actually reduce inflammatory markers even while stress is present. Means mindfulness affects your brain performance. Other studies and other researchers have found that meditation increases level of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, a compound involved in regenerating brain tissue. And quite separately from the above, meditation has also shown to prove benefits in terms of concentration, focus, and emotional resilience. So in the 4 pyramid that we are discussing about, surface, emotional and spiritual, biochemistry, and electromagnetic, we have covered 2 things. One is the surface, second one is the emotional mindset. So in the surface, to fix the surface, what were the challenges? What were the action steps? Nothing. Aerobic exercises and do some exercises every day. That is all about surface. Second element is emotional. For emotional and spiritual, what we need to take in our daily activities, doing meditation. or focusing on the breath or observing the breath pattern, whether how it is going, whether it is going slow or whether it is going fast. You need to just observe, don't need to change. You need to just observe what is the brain breathing pattern. By observing that, you will able to improve your concentration and focus. This is all about two areas of the pyramid of the brain. So now let us move on to third part of the pyramid of your brain, which is nothing but biochemistry. One strategy here to implement biochemistry in our life is detoxification. So what we call it as a detoxification. We talked earlier about how exercise can help flush toxins of your body in the surface area. One way you can help this process is through intermittent fasting. Fasting has been used for thousands of years as a way of purifying the body. The ancient Greeks knew it. Not only Greeks, in our Indian scientists, they have kept the Ekadashis as a fasting days. Or every human being who has following diets, they are following the fasting, intermittent fasting. The fasting from night 8 p.m. to morning 8 a.m. So there are some different schedules people will follow. There is an example called Plutarch, who has given a powerful quote. I recommend you to write it down. Instead of using medicine, rather fast a day. Instead of using a medicine, rather fast a day. The another scientist, Paracelsus, says like this: fasting is the greatest remedy the physician within. So fasting is the greatest remedy the physician within. So intermittent fasting is also known as time-restricted feeding, is a practice in which people restrict their eating to a particular time window. As I said, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. or 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. Regular intermittent fasting has been shown to burn fat, lipids, and many toxins which are stored in our body. It also gives the body a chance to deal with the damaged cells, which then get replaced by the healthy new ones. To help with detoxification, make sure to drink enough water. So as I showcased in the morning session also, when we are doing this intermittent fasting, you need to take lots of water. Sorry, right now I am taking that water to help you also to drink water more. As this drinking water helps your body circulate fluids and flush out of the bad stuff in your body. And of course, you should do what you can to avoid exposure to toxins in the first place by taking care about which products you use, such as personal care products and household cleaners. Last but not least is what you eat. Your biomarkers and antibodies can help inform your choices here. But either way, try experimenting with eliminating the big three dietary culprits. So there are three dietary culprits. Write down in the paper or digital notes: wheat, dairy, and sugar. These are the three dietary culprits: wheat, dairy, and sugar. Of course, focus on increasing your consumption of fresh vegetables and fresh fruits. In replacement of these dietary culprits, wheat, dairy, and sugar, try to consume fresh vegetables, fresh fruits. You can also experiment with adapting a ketogenic diet. There is a lots of buzz going on ketogenic diet. You need not stay on it long term, but on a short period of 1 to 3 months can sometimes bring about dramatic cognitive benefits. You then have the opportunity to slowly reintroduce other foods to your diet while carefully monitoring your level of function and your health markers. Now we are coming into the top of the pyramid, fourth part of the brain health, which is nothing but electromagnetism. The writer of this book, O'Brien, points to research indicating that electromagnetic fields or EMS, we might have studied that in the electronics department. EMFs are an important cause of the oxidative stress in the body, and they impair the immune system. They trigger inflammation and disrupt tissue repair. EMF, which is nothing but electromagnetic field, are all around you. Can you give an example, JP sir? EMF అనే దానికి ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఇవ్వగలరా?
ఇదండి మనము రేడియేషన్స్ కదండి.
Yes.
Mobile radiations.
Exactly. So they are emitted by laptops, mobile phones, Wi-Fi, and even the wiring in your home. So EMF are all around you with the help of these gadgets. They are impossible to avoid completely, but you can take certain steps to minimize your exposure. Here are some tips. Put your phone in an appropriate protective case. To find one, look for a type of product called cell phone radiation cover. Just find a product called cell phone radiation cover and choose wired headphones or Bluetooth headphones if possible. So there is a difference between Bluetooth headphones and wired headphones. So if you are using Bluetooth headphones like this, try to replace with wired earphones. As you know, this will reduce emission of the EMF, which is nothing but a wired earphones. Like this wire will be there. You can use the wired earphone rather than Bluetooth earphones. So as much as you need to reduce the radiations to your body. As you know, another key important of the health is sleep. Proper sleep is essential for protecting and rejuvenating your brain. If you are not having the proper sleep, your brain will not perform properly. So 2 tips for your shut eye, means to close your eye so healthily. First, turn off or unplug your wireless router. You won't be using it anyway. And crucially, try to keep your cell phone out of your room at night. So in my case, what I have taken is automatic switched off of your phone. Sometimes we might not in control of ourselves to turn off the phone or to lock it in the night. So my schedule of the time is 9:43. I have scheduled at that time. My phone will be turned off automatically at 9:43 and it will wake up around 4:45 a.m. So I have said that for myself. You might come up with yourself, try to keep your cell phone out of your room at night. Besides reducing your EMF exposure while you sleep, this is simply beneficial for your sleep in general. If you do sleep with your phone next to you, put it in airplane mode at least. Here there is an airplane mode which does not consume the network signals from the satellite. So which is the 4th one, which is electromagnetism. The 4 pyramids that whatever we have covered, 4 parts of the brain pyramid, very important. First, what is the first part of the area? It's called as the surface area of the brain. The surface area. How do you improve your brain performance with the help of surface area? With the help of aerobic exercises. 30 minutes exercises are more stressful or aerobic exercises. You might practice in your home or you may do simple yoga meditation, yoga practices. The second one is emotional and spiritual. Second area of the brain pyramid is emotional and spiritual. For this purpose, you need to imbibe the meditation practice and also check your sitting positions for the surface benefits. For meditation practice, what is the use of the meditation practice? It will help you to focus and to concentrate more and to retain more information. And the third part of your brain, which we call it as a biochemistry, which all depends on what food you are consuming and what is the benefit of intermittent fasting. So fasting is the best medicine you can create of yourself. You can cure of any disease with the help of intermittent fasting. There are few researchers are going on towards that. So just to try it out for intermittent fasting. And the fourth one is electromagnetism, where you need to stay away of the digital gadgets in the night time or before going to sleep. So these are the four surface areas or four key areas of your brain pyramid as per the Dr. O'Brien says about how you can fix your brain. Fixing your brain is not a simple matter. The human body is complex and multiple interacting systems. So if you want to fix your brain, fix your four areas of the brain as we consider structure, mindset, biochemistry, and electromagnetism. Like this way, you can reduce the brain fog and improve your memory power, and you can improve the retaining information for the long run. Thank you so much for your patience listening and following the four key areas. Just follow them in your daily lives and improve your brain performance. And see you in another book summary.